Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center. And welcome, and I'm so happy that you're joining me up here on the elevated platform of living, where our vantage point is forever and to every place, here and in the universe. I'm still feeling the excitement of who and what is in my field at this point. I am following two amazing broadcasts. Friday, David, making peace with life. And yesterday, Robert's message to the planet. While I was listening to Robert, excuse me, while I was listening to Robert, I felt myself saying, all you have to do is listen to this message every day. As you go through there's a fly here, pardon me. As you go through your day, keep listening. Keep listening. And then I realized that was my sensitivity speaking to me. And as you know, my invitation said, sensitivity, the word just escaped me, sensitivity without reaction gives you the universe. Now, we all know what reaction is. You hear something, you don't really hear it. Your brain hears it, and it goes through the data processing and finds a similar experience coming up from your past. And then you reenact what you said then. Has nothing to do with now. Has nothing to do with what you know to be true. Maybe I should have taken that repellent. Excuse me. I don't think he wants it to be said. But sensitivity without reaction gives you the universe. And sensitivity, essentially, is what we are. I just read something so beautiful. It said, firstly, the sensitivity of your being is only turned on when you decide that it is needed. That comes from your origin. And in your connection with your origin, you have a discrete control of what sensitivity actually is and in what world you apply it. The sensitivity that you need in the physical world is a fraction of what you have available. The sensitivity that you will need in the physical world is a lot more than what you've got now. So let's talk about the sensitivity that you truly know. And how do you know it? Because that is what you experienced in the world of your Creator. You feel everyone Everyone feels you. Words are not necessary. Kindness is all we know. And we see it in our field. And we know that sensitivity abounds in Mother Nature. I'm sure you've heard that a plant is sensitive. A plant can sense when you are going to hurt it, and it will recoil. And the same with the animals. But they haven't been listening to all the world chatter that we have been enduring. So now's the time to know that we can switch that sensitivity on at all times. And there's no principle, there's no have tos, and there's no punishment. There's just the joy of being all that you can be. And what is that? You're filled with sparkles. And each sparkle represents a whole knowing of another part of the universe that you've traveled. I was just so excited about so many things yesterday. I'm going to read this. And the thing that really comes with sensitivity is that you feel a solidarity with your environment. There's no separation. You feel at one-ment with it. And of course, this is what you felt and feel whenever you're in touch with the world of your Creator, where everything is perfect, endless, and without restriction. Yeah. Initially, it'll feel like you have to learn something. But in fact, sensitivity rises in proportion to its use. Yeah. So as you start to use that sensitivity to focus in any field, it will immediately rise up, remove your focus, and give you full access. A focus is a narrowing down, and this gives you full access to everything. It's like stepping through a door. You focus on the doorway, and then it's gone. So as you step forward, you have access to sensitivities that allow you to stay in tune with the vibration of all beings. And we spoke about the plants and the animals. Yeah. This fly is really trying to take all of my attention. I think he's excited that the humankind can wake up to the sensitivities that are all around them. And you can't determine what you will be sensitive to. You are just part and parcel of the wholeness of the universe. And you're down here. It's made me think of every conversation I've ever had. There's no sense in going back and retelling of an experience that happened a long time ago because it has nothing to do with this moment. And as Robert said yesterday, old memories, yeah, they can just become movies. They can become entertainment, but it has nothing to do with being now as you. So the way I look at sensitivity is that's a whole area of acknowledging yourself, each other, the beauty, the amazement of what the universe offers us every day. And yesterday, it's happening. Robert said, you will be amazed at what happens in the next 24 hours. All your thinking has changed. And it has for me. And I am in wonder. Things that you thought you were sensitive to, you have to look at the word thought. And that was construed sometime in the past. And it has nothing to do with this moment. It's a new experience. There is no distraction from sensitivity. Sensitivity is what you are. And that's how we recognize each other. We recognize the joy. We recognize the excitement of someone without their saying a word. Yeah. I'm recognizing my speechlessness, which is surprising to me because I've always been able to speak about something, but this is the actual feeling coming through. Oh, I have so many notes here, but everything pales in comparison to the joy I feel about not distracting anything and interrupting anything of creativity. It's becoming a part of the universe, not someone speaking about the universe. I have underlined when I was writing yesterday, it says, if your body says, I feel hardship, just smile. Send it the nourishment it needs with the precision that you have, and it will recover. No one knows better than you. And we've never been trained to acknowledge this amazing wholeness that we brought with us. Yes, we came from our origin, we came with gifts, but our identity is that of this sensitive being looking around, experiencing, sharing, and making things even more beautiful. In other words, a non-resistive existence of just being here. Doesn't need words. And what happens when there's no interruption? There's the unrestricted flow that brings to your life the simplicity and the power, the true power of your being. And as I'm thinking of that, anything less distracts from your being. The love we feel for each other cannot be quantified. And this was something that Simeon once said. He said, as we open more and more of those sparkles that surround you, there are more and more parts of you revealed. Parts that have never been revealed in the physical form. I feel like an explorer traveling on waters that have never been traveled before, never been spoken about before, in my experience. But these are the waters that we swim in. The waters of limitlessness. The waters of the future that we can feel and sense now. Our life is all different. Everything about the flow becomes more easy. And if there is an emergency, I've always seen that as something great is going to emerge. It's time for this emergency when we discover powers, abilities, knowing that have never been talked about before. And we all know about the little lady that lifts a truck if there's an accident and her grandson is under there. So we have powers we haven't even dreamt of. And that's why it is so important to tune in to these transmissions every Saturday. Wow. I just wrote and wrote and wrote yesterday, and I talked about how we shine and that no one can dim our light but ourselves. No more self-effacing. No more modesty that we've been so trained into. Just know the absoluteness of your being that you experienced in the world of your Creator. And all we have to do is hold that, and we're there. I know we live in a beautiful place, but it's never been as beautiful as this moment. Our purpose. What is our purpose? What is our purpose in this world? Is to bring harmony, balance, beauty, excellence, and everything else you can think of. But it's beyond thought, so don't think about it. Just know that where you walk, you bring harmony. You are recognized. I had a beautiful note this morning from someone who enjoyed Robert so much. Yesterday, she said, I'm tuning in today. I want to hear what you're going to say. So we're known by who we associate with. We're known by our words, we're known by our responses, and we're known by our friends. I did a lot of writing. So the more we expose ourselves to one another in the way of knowing that we know exactly what the person is thinking, feeling, and intending, then the comfort and the security of being with the right people comes very, very quickly. And that's what we're experiencing. I feel each and every one of you listening. And my only joy is that I'm imparting something of value and worth and joy to you at this moment, because I know you already have it. So all we can do is awaken and make the loud noise of joy to be heard throughout the world. The world is changing. And everything you do, everything you consider, sense, and create affects the future. When I first heard that, I said, ooh, that sounds big. But I know it is. I know it's true. And this communication that we have with each other must come to the forefront of our life. because that's the door that opens up and allows you to be the inevitable mystical being that you know you are. And you can't put that in your head for an explanation. As a matter of fact, the best thing you can do is just bypass whatever the head and the mind and the thought spews out. Because when you come from the center of your heart, you know you're listening to truth. Wow. Well, we all took a quantum leap yesterday. And I think I'm still at the effect of the newness, the sureness, and the powerfulness of what's transmitting all the time. When we have ears to hear and a heart that's beating in rhythm with the love coming from the universe. And I know I've rambled. Hope I haven't distracted you too much, but I know what's happening is so big. And I am so ready to greet this new world with all of you. And I know many of you have tuned in from many countries. And I want to thank you so much. And just know that your sensitivity is linked with all of ours. And together, we are bringing in a beautiful, bright, new future. Thank you so much for coming today. And I wish you a perfect life, perfect health, and a very, very exciting future. Thank you.